This video is how to hire the right staff. I'm going to have 5 points that talks about that, or some tips and tricks. So let's go ahead and get started. Can I be really honest? Having your own business is really hard. I mean, I get the whole glitz and glam as far as, yes, I've done something, this is my business and I'm super proud, but not having the right people employed for you or the right team can be business suicide. And so we're going to talk today about 5 tips to help you hire the best people for your business. All right, so hey guys, it's Dr. Simone Ellis, and let me not forget to tell you to like and subscribe this page if you're enjoying the content that you're seeing thus far. But let's talk a little bit about the big elephant that stays consistently in the room, having the right team. And it is really hard, especially as an entrepreneur in this day and age, to find the right people. I don't know, Kim may be right. It's been hard finding people that want to work. And so finding the right people is even going to be a taller task to ask. But with these couple of tips, I think that we can really help get you the right fit for your business. The first one is having a clearly defined mission and vision. What is the mission of your business? Where do you see it going? Because that has to be communicated to the individuals that you're trying to hire. And it may be that those individuals that are applying for the job, if they don't fit into your mission and your vision for the business, they may not be a good fit. It's like trying to put a square peg into a round circle. Everybody doesn't fit for every business. And by you being very clear about your mission and your vision, it'll make it a lot easier to filter out the individuals who don't belong in your business. So be creative, but write out your mission and your vision first before you start to recruit people for your business. The next thing is do your due diligence in interviewing, okay? So sometimes when we're opening a business or we're even in an established business, we get into this feeling of, oh my God, I need to make sure I got employees. I want them to come to work. Like, I need anybody and everybody, but everybody isn't a great fit. And that famous motto that people use, slow to hire, quick to fire, could never be more of the truth. So spend your time doing your interview process. So for my interview process, what I do is that I first, when putting the ad out, actually read over to make sure that my ad sounds more outstanding than someone else's ad that's basically looking for the same candidate. And the reason is that I want my ad to set the tone, the precedent for, if you are applying for this job, how amazing this place of business is. And so I'm looking at other people's ads out to make sure, okay, what's gonna make my ad stand out more? What's going to make people want to come and apply for my job? The next thing that I put in there is like a little hidden gem in the actual ad. And the reason why I do this is I want to see if the candidates are paying attention. And I may say, change the title of the subject line when you're emailing me your resume to work for the best office possible, or send me a picture of a purple cat. It's just basically to get people to read the actual job ad description. And I want to make sure that they can follow directions. So I don't shortchange that. I want to have thinkers. I want to have thought-provoking people working in my business. And so if you can't read the ad, you can't work for me. The other thing that I do when I'm looking for candidates are we do a phone interview, because I want to make sure that your grammar is correct. I want to make sure that your diction is correct. I want to make sure that when I'm speaking to you on the phone, it feels warm and friendly. It doesn't feel too stoic or too stiff. And if I just brought you in for a working interview and I didn't do the phone interview, I might miss some things that I could hear off on the phone call that really would waste me time. And my time is valuable, and so is yours. So doing the phone interview, 5 to 10 minutes, will really get you a sense of who you're actually interviewing. And then we bring them in for an actual working interview, and that can be just to see how well they do at the job. And sometimes I hear people say doing a sink or swim technique where you just throw somebody in there, but I'm not a huge fan of that, because if I was doing a job interview and I had no idea where anything was and I was just supposed to go in there and perform, I'd probably be a little nervous. So I think that having a structured work interview where you have them do 1 or 2 tasks that are important for job success to see how well they perform, and maybe 1 task that causes them to have to think is a better way of doing a working interview. Number 3, have a proper onboarding process. So when you're an entrepreneur, especially for smaller businesses, a lot of times we don't have written out SOPs or standard operating procedures so that it will help people who are on the job understand what their responsibilities and roles are. And so if you do not have a proper onboarding process and you just thrust somebody into the workforce, it may cause a lot of catastrophe, a lot of mismanagement of time because they really don't know what they're supposed to do, or a lot of unclear expectations of what the job is supposed to be. So spending time onboarding people is such a critical part of recruiting the right people, because when you're onboarding that person, you're getting a chance to really lay out the expectations. You're really getting an opportunity to lay out the roles and responsibilities for this job. And in that week to 2 weeks, sometimes even a month of onboarding will really provide that person the opportunity to really thrive at the position. And that's what we really want to see. Number 4, have a mentor for that role, if possible. In smaller businesses, this might be a little bit more of a challenge because having a mentor in that role can mean that that's actually your job to actually make sure this person can do the job properly. But mentorship is really critical for the success of a business to thrive, especially with each individual having somebody that can help guide them and guide their success. So a mentorship could look like someone checking in once a week to make sure that they're understanding their job description, that they're understanding their job duties, or it's providing them with CE, continuing education, or some form of training outside of the 9 to 5 work hours to really thrive in their position. I think mentorship is great for everyone, but it's especially important when you're trying to find a rock star candidate for your business, because they're going to be able to set great expectations and tones for your new hire, and it'll allow them to follow a methodical process and system with somebody looking over their shoulder to help push them in the right direction. The last one is a hard one for my entrepreneurs. I know it can be tough, but pay your people properly. When you're recruiting for the best people, you want to pay top dollar for those who can really do the job. Now, I'm not talking about where people right now are wanting to get paid to do a lot less and get paid a lot more. That's not fair for anybody in the workforce. But for the people who actually know their craft and are really good at their job, paying them top dollar will help you to continue to grow your business in the right direction, because you want the best working for you. You want the most creative, the most exciting, the most innovative, and by having those people underneath your umbrella will only make your business grow and thrive. And entrepreneurs a lot of times miss this, but another thing that you can do is pay bonuses or incentives. This gets people excited about being at work. And at the end of the day, I want excited people working for me because they're going to do just as amazing job as I would do. Those are 5 tips that I think would really help. So for all of my viewers today, I have included a worksheet for you so that you can go through a methodical process on how to properly hire that rock star, that teammate that you need. And I'd love to hear any comments about tips or tricks that you have actually incorporated into your business to get the best people here, because at the end of the day, you deserve to have the best people working for you. This is Dr. Simone Ellis. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe button on our channel for all your entrepreneurial tips, all your motivation that you need to get you pumped up as entrepreneurs.